Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper, and I'm going to do just a quick ink swatch of a few inks that I've accumulated across the last few weeks. And it is inks that were from a few different things. So, first of all, I went to the Pelikan Hub in the Boston area. Uh, at the end of September, and anyone who had signed up previously and attended the Pelikan Hub got a bottle of Golden Lapis, which is a shimmer ink. It has this beautiful shimmer ink. So I'm going to swatch that. And then at the Pelikan Hub, one of my pen friends and fellow YouTubers, Sarah, brought a couple of red inks that one of which I had talked about in a former video, so Diamine Oxblood, that I've never had the opportunity to swatch, and then one that she felt was similar, Colorverse Anita, so I will also swatch that. And then lastly, I got a gift from my neighbor who contacted me and said she had a surprise for me, and I have no clue what to expect. And it was a package from Goulet Pen. So my neighbor had also watched one of my videos and heard me talk about another ink that I had not had the opportunity to try myself. And it's Jacques Herbin 1670 Emerald of Chivor. So, and also this is my first ink sample from Goulet Pens since they increased their sample size. So that's also really lovely. It's a good size sample. So I think I'm going to do, just because Emerald of Chivor and Edelstein, Pelikan Edelstein Golden Lapis both have shimmers. So I'm going to do the two red inks first. And that way I can make room for shimmer. It is exceptionally windy out right now, so you might hear some of that in the background. And I have an additional child at my house. Oh wow, that looks bloody. Where is my Inkapet? Here's my Inkapet. I am swatching this in a Tomoe River notebook. It's an everyday notebook by Galen Leather Co. And I'm using a Kakimori brass nib dip pen. Wow, that's beautiful. So this is Diamine. And then I'm just going to do some lines here, hopefully to show off the line variation in the Kakimori brass nib pen. Now I wonder how this would compare, and I'm thinking of two inks specifically. Neither do I believe is an exact match, let me be very clear, but I use the word compare very specifically. But I'm picturing Robert Oster Muddy Wine and Monteverde Pumpkin Cake. And I'd love to see those three side by side. And I feel like there might be another sample that I have in my collection. This seems much more lubricated, just in looking at it on the nib. Oh, wow. So it's a different color, not red at all. So maybe I misheard Sarah. And this is just one that she wanted to share. When I get together with her, which I will be doing, I accidentally left a few bottles of Birmingham Pen Company inks on the table when I scooted out. I think I did a good old Irish goodbye. That is my style. It's my social anxiety coming out. So we will be getting together. So I'll have the opportunity to ask her about this one. It seems like it should be more saturated than it is, but it's a lovely purple color. Okay, so now Emerald of Chivor. This is one that I have seen swatched so many times, to a point that when I was at a friend's house, you know what, some of my friends' house, I can say that because two of my friends lived together. They showed me a letter that they had received after, I think, hosting a dinner party or just a dinner. And I immediately said, who's this from? Is this a fountain pen? And started grilling them with questions, to which they said, I don't know. And I said, well, text the person who wrote it. Ask them, did they write that with Emerald of Chivor? And they said, no, I'm not texting this person asking this random question. I can't really blame them. So I held on to that, and a number of weeks later, I went to a Super Bowl party, and the author of the letter, who is Zen of the Pen, was there. And to say I pounced is an understatement, but I immediately said, was that letter written with this ink? And he looked at me and said, yes, it was. It was probably not the interaction that he was expecting, but I was so excited to meet a fellow pen enthusiast in the wild, so to speak. Emerald of, my spacing is going to be all off, but that's okay. It's not, but I'm going to make it okay. Wow. And I made a big old mess with that, put ink all down the barrel of the pen. I got it on my fingers. It is a spicy disaster, but that's all right. Oh, that's so pretty. I do not typically go for gem tones, but that's pretty. It really is. All right, and now let's check out Pelikan Edelstein Blue Lapis. Wow, that is a lovely blue. It is less saturated than the Jacques Urban. I before E except after C or in Edelstein. There we go. Oh, wow. So that gold shimmer is quite prevalent. And what's interesting is the Emerald of Chivor also has a gold shimmer, but it's not as pronounced as Pelikan Edelstein. That is beautiful. Look at all of that. But I am seeing some of the red sheen in Emerald of Chivor, which pairs so nicely. And then, I do want to compare this to Diamine Garland for sure. And I think I might have one other ink. Maybe the Colorverse 2024 Dragon color. Might be interesting to compare that to. I feel like I swatched that not too long ago, but maybe, yeah, it's right there. That blue dragon. It is very similar. Again, the shimmer is not as pronounced. The base color is actually fairly similar, and then the sheen is much more pronounced. So that's interesting. Oh, okay. I see some future 3 inks Thursday videos in my near future. They're coming to fruition. But with that, I'm going to sign off. This was really fun. I love swatching inks, and I like exploring different inks. So thank you for coming along with me in this process, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.